Do you believe in God, and who is God to you?
Yes, I believe in God, and God is the meaning of life and love.
Describe your relationship with God.
My relationship with God is, He's very supportive to me, and I'm close with God, and makes my life happy.
Describe how you pray or connect to God.
I pray and connect with God when I did long distance running, because I would run and think. What's the question again?
Describe how you pray or connect to God.
How I pray. Sometimes I don't have enough time to pray, but that's not a good excuse. But I go to church every day, and every week, and then I pray at dinner. But that's not really praying for really praying. And I guess I pray when I wake up in the middle of the night. I do thinking, and then I probably pray then.
When have you felt closest to God?
I felt closest to God probably in hard times, when my husband was sick, or when my children, something's worried, or when I'm having a hard time and trying to be successful in something, and then God is more present there. And maybe when you're really happy and everything's going great, you're too busy clowning around, so you're not really realizing God is there. But then when you have hard times, then you realize that He's there.
Who do you look up to for their relationship with God?
Who do I look up to with their relationship with God? That's a hard question, because I think everyone, you don't have to be Catholic. I have different people I think of as role models that their strength must come from somewhere, and it can't just be from their intelligence and their talent. So you wonder, they could be Jewish, or they could be Baptist, so you look up to people who survive through different things, and enjoy their life, and make the best of everything, and are happy with their life. So those are the kind of people I would look up to. So they must have a really good relationship with God to be able to do that.
Which Christian denomination do you belong to, and why?
I'm a cradle Catholic, and I guess I belong to that because I'm a cradle Catholic. But I probably, if I was born something else, I would be that. But I think I enjoy. I'm being interviewed in video. Okay. I think. What was the question, Chris?
Why do you belong to the Christian denomination?
I'm Christian and Catholic, and it's what I've learned. But since I was a baby, but I also realized the purpose and the meaning and everything. As I grow older, it's even more intense, the meaning. And also, I had a friend in college. Her chemistry partner died over the summer. She came back, and she was atheist, and she came and told me, and it was the first time that I realized that I really knew somebody she was trying to say she's agnostic, but she really was atheist. And she, when her friend died, that was her chemistry partner, and didn't come back to college, she just came in the dorm room and sat on her bed and just sat there, and I kept walking past her, and I was, she didn't have anything to turn to. Like if you're an atheist, like what's the meaning of all of this life? Why do your best and use your best talents and everything? And she, like, where was she gonna go and like for comfort or support or tradition? You know, she didn't have anything. She just sat there on the bed, and I was a little bit worried about it.
Did you grow up as Christian?
I grew up as Christian, and I went to Mass every Sunday and went to all the holy days of obligation, and I went to a Catholic high school. And I even went to a Texas Tech for my freshman year of college, and people were trying to like convert me to be Baptist, but I didn't want to be that. But so I grew up being Christian, and I believed in Christianity, but I don't want to be pushed into believing things.
What do you remember about the faith of your parents?
What do I believe for the faith of my parents? I believe that I know mostly my mother's faith because I mainly grew up with just my mother. So I don't really know that much about my father's faith because he kind of wasn't around. But my mother's faith has to be strong because she had 7 kids and she had some tough times. And I was there, and she brought us to the masses and things. And I don't think she could have made it through all of that without that. But actually, I never interviewed my mother like this, so this is kind of a good project.
What impact has your membership in the church had upon you?
What impact? Like what? What does that mean?
What impact has your membership in the church had upon you?
It's had a positive impact in this society nowadays, especially with all the screen time and all of the everything's happening so fast. But you just need some core values and beliefs. So the impact. I mean, that's the only thing that you can hang on to in the middle of this kind of society, and the political system and the oil business failing. And you can be poor, you can be rich, you can be healthy, you can be unhealthy, but you need something.
What do you think are your most important obligations as a member of the church?
My most important obligations? Excuse me just a minute, please leave, Grayson. What was the question again?
What do you think are your most important obligations as a member of the church?
Well, my obligation is that I'm a mother, and I have to take care of myself for the church, but also my obligation is I was married and I have a covenant of marriage, and that's an obligation to the church because that was a sacrament. And also I promise to raise my children Catholic and to just educate them. But another obligation is, like, I haven't done too much yet, like I've varied through the years, just to support the community more and volunteer some more and help other people so they can have they can be able to be free to make the same choice and have Christianity and Catholicism in their life.
Have you ever considered working for your church as a minister or other religious person?
Yes. I was a Eucharistic minister when I was in college, so I gave communion. And also, when I was 25, I almost became a nun because I was wanting to be a math teacher, which I am, a high school math teacher, but also I went through the whole discernment program with the Catholic Diocese in Houston, Galveston, and went to the whole discernment process for the nuns. Like the Dominican nuns are my favorite, and but a little bit that kind of society is not existing as much, and all of the Dominicans were leaving all of my favorite nuns were no longer nuns. And I figured out that there was a problem with the system for them, because when they retired, they basically were gonna be like homeless. Not homeless, but like, there wasn't a support retirement system for them. So, I still became a teacher, and one day maybe a principal, just like my plan as a nun, but, so I figured out for the Catholic Church, the life was changing, the society was changing, and it didn't support that kind of life. And what's very sad is there's a shortage of priests, and the Catholic Church might need to change a little bit on how they're handled, like, yeah, I'm not sure. So basically, yes, I was almost a nun, but I got educated and I discerned the process, and I had the calling, but the system and the convent didn't really even exist anymore.